Welcome back to Fly Crypto, where we cover all crypto news. And today, I'm gonna be honest. I got an article, right? So there's been supposedly the removal of an app from the App Store that is associated with crypto, but I'm not seeing the proof. I'm gonna read the article to you guys and show you why I'm not seeing the proof. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, lock in, man. I'm gonna be here regardless of whether you do it anyway. So you might as well. Let's go ahead and get into the article though. Brought to you by CoinMarketCap. It says breaking news. Metamask has been removed from the Apple App Store. So let's see what they're talking about here. Is this really true? We'll find out. All right, it says the crypto world is in turmoil. Oh my God, it's over. It's all over. We're in turmoil. No, we're not. As news spreads about the certain removal of MetaMask from the Apple App Store. It says the reason is a mystery. Okay. It explains what MetaMask is. I'm going to assume that you all know what MetaMask is. If you don't, it's a crypto wallet where you can store your cryptocurrencies. You have access to it on computers like the one I'm using right now. You can get on it on the web. And supposedly, according to this article, you can't anymore. But you used to be able to download MetaMask on Apple devices. And I assume you still can on Google devices and hold your cryptocurrencies on your cellular devices, which is actually on the blockchain, but you can view it on your phones or the computer. All right, cool. Bet. iPads as well, which I assume this would technically affect, iPads and other tablets. Well, it wouldn't affect other tablets, but just iPads because they use the same store as the iPhone. It says why was it removed? Doesn't have an official reason, but they say it could be over regulatory concerns. So Apple could be trying to get ahead of something that will be coming from regulation in the future, which I mean that could be a possible reason if it was removed. Um, because there's a lot in the air right now with regulation. There's a lot of court cases going on. It seems like they're kind of trying to get information before they set regulations, so they're bringing in the top exchanges and coins. That's what it seems like to me. They're kind of probing, getting information, stalling, buying time to see how they want to regulate the space entirely. Um, but it seems like they're dealing with the people at the top first. That's my opinion, from what I see as far as the SEC and the lawsuit so far. So if Apple is trying to get ahead of that, that's smart because they're a large company, man. Like, crypto, I'm sure is a small part of, you know, the revenue they receive from the App Store, but eventually it's going to be a large part. So, it's smart to go ahead and get ahead of regulation, but you also don't want to um kind of mess up what would be mostly the largest part of your revenue in the future. Crypto is going to be a vast amount of the amount of revenue that Apple's going to be able to bring in from, the App Store, and then with them having the headset they have a mix between virtual and augmented reality headset coming out. You got to be careful. You don't want to mess up the relationships that you will have with the companies that are going to be inside of that headset when you release it. So, they say it could be regulatory concerns. They're saying that MetaMask could have um, violated one of the Apple Store policies, which could also be true. I mean, there's no way to really know that. You know what I mean? That's kind of a random reason. And from what I heard, Apple is not very transparent on letting you know what policies you violated. That's just what I heard from projects that are putting their games and different things on the App Store. They say Apple's very kind of hush hush with if you violated a policy, telling you what you violated. They just kind of kick you out of the store, and it's your job to figure out what it is and get back in. They say it could be security issues. So maybe a potential security vulnerability. I mean, possibly. I think something like that though, because there's users on the other side, we would have heard complaints from people like, MetaMask, I lost my money, this and that. If that hasn't been reported, I'm gonna assume that's not the reason. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's to come out later. Now, it could be that it is a security issue and maybe people aren't complaining yet and Apple kind of sees something that's going on behind the scenes, but I doubt that. I highly doubt it. So that's the reasons they're listening. I have a different reason, but when we get to the end of the article, I kind of state another reason that it could be. So it's saying the impact on users, um, saying that it'll be difficult to update or re-download the app. Honestly, I have the app. I was just able to update it, so it wasn't difficult to me. Spoiler alert: if you have MetaMask, you should be able to update it. I was able to on my iPhone. Um, They're saying it could be potential security flaws or performance issues. I haven't opened the app to see. I'll open it in a little bit on this video to see how it's acting. Let's see. It says with MetaMask goes, users might have to seek alternatives for Ethereum wallets because MetaMask is an Ethereum wallet, which could be inconvenient and acquire a relearning curve. That's not as big of an issue because if you already have MetaMask, you're in crypto, so you know what I mean. And most people that have MetaMask, they have a PC or some other way to access their wallet. So I don't think it's that much of an inconvenience unless you use MetaMask in your Apple device to pay for things on the go. Then okay. Or if you don't have a computer and your phone was the only way to access your wallet, then yeah, okay, I can see. I can see that what they're saying might be true. And then trust issues. This is the big issue right here. It says for newcomers to the crypto space, the sudden removal can so use a doubt regarding safety and reliability of using such platforms. Now, this is the bigger issue. If MetaMask is not going to be available on the Apple App Store, people that are just coming into crypto, if MetaMask was the only thing that they have, now they're viewing crypto. Just moved it down. They're viewing crypto as something that's shaky. I mean, imagine you just got the MetaMask app on your iPhone maybe a week ago, and even if it's not going, if you see an article like this or somebody comes and tells you that they read an article that MetaMask is not available on the App Store anymore, yeah, I could imagine like that would make you doubtful about crypto overall. Especially if you're somebody that was hesitant before you made the plunge of buying a little bit of crypto. This definitely would make you hesitant to buy more or to try another wallet potentially. You know what I mean? If you're not one of those people that, don't give up as soon as there's a little bit of resistance. Some people hey, they won't be in the crypto until it's necessary, until their job pays them in crypto or, their apartment or mortgage company requires them to pay in crypto. For some people, this would deter them and they won't come back until it's absolutely necessary. So, you know, I definitely think trust issues, that's going to be the biggest one. It's talking about implication for developers. Um, it's saying it could slow down growth for the D app system as it served as a bridge for many users to access the applications. I can see how that could be true if it's not on the App Store in the future moving forward. And then project delays for sure. Developers working on D apps or platforms that are integrated into MetaMask might face delays or reconsider their designs and integration strategies. As far as businesses, man, they're gonna adjust and adapt. This a minor bump in the road, but definitely an adjustment though. One that's unnecessary, man. Like we'll see what happens with this though, man. It says, what's next? Apple and MetaMask need to provide clarity um, on the situation. There's a large number of users and developers impacted. This incident, underscores the broader challenges and dynamic and complex interaction of technology, regulation, and decentralized finance. And that's the major issue, is just working through regulation. because all of this stuff that's happening is because there's not clear regulation in the space. Nobody wants to make the move that hinder all of the rest of their business activity just based on crypto and the fact that there's not clear guidance and structure on how they're going to be regulated, excuse me, moving forward. And that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that if you're a $1 billion company or a multi-billion-dollar company, and maybe you're making a few million, maybe 30, 40, 50 million from crypto, why would you take that risk to risk all the rest of the business transactions you have for something that's not making even 10% of your annual revenue? It doesn't make sense. So I don't really blame Apple if this is the move that they made. Now, I have MetaMask, and um, I took the liberty of searching to see if MetaMask was still available on the Apple App Store. And as you can see, I hope y'all can see. Let's see. There it is. MetaMask. It's still on the Apple App Store right now. Now, I have it downloaded. So for me, it's just going to say open. It's not going to say download. But if it's there, if I can see it, everybody else can see it. So I think this article right now is capped. Maybe it was down for a little bit and maybe it's back up. I'm not really sure. But for me, it's still in the Apple App Store. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely subscribe because I'm going to be covering news like this every day moving forward in the crypto space. And yeah, man. See you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.